In the dark underbelly of Seattle's shadows, where corporations ruled and the Matrix hummed with digital secrets, a new team of Shadowrunners emerged. Known only by their code names, Slash, Blaze, and Cypher, this trio was about to embark on a treacherous journey into the world of magic and intrigue. Their tale began on a rainy evening in the Icarus Descending, an upscale bar nestled within the neon-lit streets of downtown Seattle. The team had gathered to discuss their next move, their aspirations mingling with the aromatic haze of soy-based synthahol. As they exchanged hushed whispers, a well-dressed man approached their dimly lit corner table. He introduced himself as Mr. Blackthorn, a fixer with a reputation for connecting runners with lucrative opportunities. Blackthorn's deep voice resonated with a certain gravitas, and his cold, calculating eyes hinted at the secrets he held. With a subtle nod, Blackthorn slid a data chip across the table containing the encrypted details of their next mission. He spoke in measured tones, revealing the nature of the task, a retrieval operation involving a supposedly cursed family heirloom. The artifact had been stolen years ago and ended up in the possession of a dangerous magical artifact collector known as Thalgrim. Thalgrim was no ordinary collector. He was rumored to be a mage of considerable power. His collection, housed within a hidden vault beneath an old church in the outskirts of Seattle, was said to contain relics of both great beauty and malevolence. Among these treasures was the fabled Black Rose amulet, the heirloom in question. Legends spoke of the amulet's dark origins, its power to ensnare souls, and the countless lives it had allegedly claimed. For generations, the Black Rose amulet had been whispered about in hushed tones, its mere existence casting a shadow of fear and fascination over those who heard of it. Blackthorn's client, a grieving family, sought closure and the return of their cursed heirloom. The team's mission was clear: infiltrate Thalgrim's lair, retrieve the amulet, and ensure it found its way back to its rightful owners. As the team reviewed the mission details, Slash, the street samurai, meticulously inspected his cybernetic arm, ensuring it was in prime condition for the task ahead. His impressive augmentations, a blend of steel and sinew, marked him as a formidable combatant in the world of Shadowrunning. Blaze, the mage, traced arcane symbols on the table with her fingertip, her eyes flickering with an inner fire. Her mastery over the mystical arts and her talent for bending the elements to her will made her an invaluable asset. Cypher, the Decker, sat in the digital shadows, his fingers dancing across a holographic keyboard. His cyberdeck, a masterpiece of custom modifications, was his portal to the Matrix, where he could unravel digital defenses and uncover secrets hidden within the code. With the data chip secure in their possession, the team agreed to take on the mission. Little did they know that the path to the Black Rose amulet would lead them through a labyrinth of traps, spirits, and rival Shadowrunners. The forbidden heirloom awaited, shrouded in mystery and peril. The team, consisting of Slash, Blaze, and Cypher, had accepted the dangerous mission to retrieve the Black Rose amulet from the clutches of Thalgrim, the enigmatic magical artifact collector. As they delved deeper into the shadows, they could feel the weight of the amulet's ominous legend pressing upon them. Their journey led them to an abandoned church located on the outskirts of Seattle. It was here, beneath the crumbling stones and ancient crypts, that Thalgrim had established his lair. The old church was overgrown with ivy and obscured from casual observers, a testament to the lengths Thalgrim had gone to conceal his collection. The team approached cautiously, their senses alert for any sign of danger. Blaze, the mage, extended her magical perception, seeking out the arcane defenses that surely protected the place. Cypher, the Decker, sent out his drones to scan the area for electronic surveillance. As they moved deeper into the church, they became aware of a faint, eerie whispering in the air. The spectral echoes of those who had met their demise within these unhallowed halls seemed to linger, warning them of the perils that lay ahead. Slash, the street samurai, tightened his grip on his katana, prepared for a physical confrontation. Blaze channeled her magic, ready to unleash elemental forces if needed. Cypher's eyes darted from one corner to another as he monitored their surroundings in the digital realm. Their progress was halted when they encountered a guardian spirit, a shimmering entity of ethereal energy. Its luminous eyes regarded them with a mixture of curiosity and suspicion. This spirit was not hostile, but it bore an aura of protective authority, preventing them from advancing further. Blaze stepped forward, speaking in a voice both soothing and commanding, drawing upon her knowledge of spirits. She negotiated with the Guardian, offering it a token of respect in the form of a small, enchanted crystal she had carried for such occasions. The Guardian accepted the offering, granting them passage with a nod. The heart of Thalgrim's lair lay deep within the church, hidden behind layers of wards and enchantments. Cypher's cyber deck hummed as he unraveled the digital defenses, granting them access to the chamber. As they stepped inside, their senses were overwhelmed. The chamber was an eclectic blend of mysticism and technology, shelves lined with arcane tomes and digital displays of magical artifacts. In the center, atop a velvet-lined pedestal, rested the Black Rose amulet. Blaze, her mage sight attuned to the amulet's power, could feel its malevolence pulsating in the air. Its dark energy seemed to draw them closer, both repelling and enticing. It was as if the amulet had a will of its own, seeking to ensnare anyone who dared to touch it. Before they could make their move, an unexpected disturbance rocked the chamber. The walls trembled, and a surge of energy swept through the room. Thalgrim had returned, alerted by their intrusion. The team was trapped, their path blocked by a maniacal mage who would stop at nothing to protect his prized collection. With the Black Rose amulet before them and Thalgrim closing in, Blaze and Cypher faced a perilous decision. Their fate hung in the balance, the amulet's curse and Thalgrim's wrath closing in. The shadows had never seemed darker. Inside the chamber, the air grew tense as Thalgrim, the elusive collector of magical artifacts, materialized before the team. His presence seemed to warp reality itself, distorting the very fabric of the astral plane. He regarded them with cold, calculating eyes, his fingers adorned with ornate rings bearing the symbols of forbidden knowledge. Thalgrim's voice was like a whispered incantation as he addressed them. "You seek the Black Rose amulet," he said, his lips curling into a cruel smile. "But do you understand its true nature? It hungers for souls, and it shall consume all who dare to touch it." Blaze and Cypher exchanged wary glances, their resolve unwavering. They were determined to complete their mission, but the price they might pay weighed heavily on their minds. As Thalgrim raised his staff, the chamber erupted with arcane energy. Glyphs and sigils manifested in the air, forming a barrier that encircled the amulet. He had no intention of letting them leave with his most prized possession. Blaze, the team's mage, stepped forward to engage Thalgrim in a magical duel. Bolts of fire and tendrils of shadow clashed in a dazzling display of mystical combat. Meanwhile, Cypher jacked into the digital realm, attempting to override the security systems and disable the magical defenses. The street samurai, unsheathed his katana and lunged at the guardian spirit that had granted them passage. He recognized it as a distraction, an entity under Thalgrim's control. If they could break the spirit's hold, they might gain the upper hand. As the battle raged on, Thalgrim's power seemed inexhaustible. He summoned spectral creatures to assail the team, and his knowledge of forbidden spells bordered on the unnatural. Blaze's defenses waned, Cypher struggled to maintain control, and found himself locked in a fierce battle against the guardian spirit. In a moment of desperation, Blaze channeled her magic to its limit, weaving a spell of blinding light. The chamber erupted in a blinding flash, temporarily incapacitating Thalgrim and his creations. It was their chance to make a daring move. Guided by a momentary surge of intuition, seized the opportunity. He lunged toward the amulet, his gloved hand closing around its blackened chain. Its malevolent energy coursed through him, whispering promises of power and dominance. The amulet sought to corrupt his very soul. But Blaze and Cypher, each overcoming their respective adversaries, acted swiftly. Blaze cast a protective barrier around shielding him from the amulet's influence, while Cypher unleashed a digital barrage that disabled the amulet's mystical defenses. With the Black Rose amulet in their possession, Thalgrim's malevolent presence subsided, but the battle had taken its toll on the team. They were wounded, fatigued, and facing the ultimate choice. Should they complete their mission and deliver the amulet, potentially unleashing its dark power, or should they attempt to destroy it, knowing the risks it posed to the world? As they stood within Thalgrim's chamber, their hearts heavy with the weight of their decision, the shadows of the past and the future converged, casting an ominous pall over their path. In the aftermath of their fierce battle with Thalgrim, the team found themselves standing in his chamber, clutching the accursed Black Rose amulet. Its dark energy pulsed ominously, as if it were a living entity, tempting them with promises of untold power and malevolence. The trio exchanged glances, their faces etched with concern and determination. Blaze, Cypher, and Slash knew that they stood at a precipice, and the choice they made now would have far-reaching consequences. Blaze, the mage, was the first to break the silence. Her voice trembled with the weight of their decision. "We can't let this amulet fall into the wrong hands," she said. "Its power is too dangerous. We should destroy it." Cypher, the Decker, nodded in agreement. "I can create a program to erase its existence from the Matrix," he suggested. "But it won't be easy." Thalgrim's magical defenses were formidable. Slash, the street samurai, remained silent for a moment, his hands still clutching the amulet. He knew the allure of its power all too well, having felt its corrupting influence. Finally, he spoke with a determined tone. "Destroying it is the right choice. We can't risk what might happen if it falls into the wrong hands." With their decision made, the team set to work. Blaze created a protective magical circle, warding against the amulet's dark influence. Cypher initiated a complex matrix protocol to access and disable the amulet's digital presence. Meanwhile, Slash prepared for the physical aspect of their plan. He retrieved a small container of high-powered explosive gel and began to carefully apply it to the amulet. Every moment counted as they worked to complete the ritual of destruction. As the team focused on their tasks, a sudden disturbance shook the chamber. The astral plane itself seemed to ripple, and ethereal figures materialized around them. These were not the creations of Thalgrim, but spirits of the metaplanes, drawn by the amulet's dark energy. The spirits, sensing the impending destruction of the amulet, howled in protest. They attacked with otherworldly fury, attempting to disrupt the ritual and protect the artifact. Blaze and Slash summoned their magical defenses, engaging the spirits in an astral battle, while Cypher fought to maintain control over the digital realm. The battle between the team and the spirits raged on, the chamber becoming a battleground between the physical and astral worlds. The amulet's dark power surged, resisting their efforts to destroy it. Time was running out. With a final surge of resolve, Blaze channeled her magic into the protective circle, strengthening it against the spirit's onslaught. Cypher unleashed a digital onslaught that disabled the amulet's defenses, leaving it vulnerable. Slash, his katana gleaming with determination, struck the amulet with a single powerful blow. The explosive gel ignited, engulfing the artifact in a searing inferno. As the flames consumed the Black Rose amulet, its malevolent energy dissipated, leaving behind only ashes. With the destruction of the amulet, the chamber fell silent, and the spirits dissipated into the astral plane. The team stood together, their mission complete, and the world spared from the amulet's dark influence. But the shadows of their past actions would linger, and the consequences of their choices would shape their future. As they left Thalgrim's chamber, they knew that their journey was far from over. The remnants of the Black Rose amulet drifted away on the astral winds, leaving behind only a lingering sense of foreboding. Blaze, Cypher, and Slash took a collective breath, the weight of their recent actions pressing upon them. As they exited Thalgrim's chamber, the team found themselves back in the labyrinthine catacombs beneath the city. The echoes of their past decisions reverberated through their minds. Blaze broke the silence with a heavy sigh. "We did what had to be done," she said, her voice weary but resolute. Cypher nodded, his expression still clouded with the memory of the amulet's malevolent presence. "It was a dangerous artifact," he admitted, "but I can't help but wonder about the spirits we had to confront." Slash, his cyber-enhanced senses alert, scanned their surroundings. "There's no telling what other dangers lie ahead," he cautioned. "We should make our way back to the surface and regroup." As they navigated the labyrinth, their thoughts turned to the Johnson who had hired them for this mission. The mysterious employer had promised a handsome reward for the retrieval of the amulet but had provided little information about its true nature. Cypher couldn't shake the feeling that they had been used as pawns in a larger game. "We need to find out who our employer really is," he said, his tone resolute. Blaze agreed. "We can't allow ourselves to be manipulated like this again," she added. "We need to dig deeper into this shadowy world of Shadowruns." Upon reaching the surface, the team found themselves back in the city's bustling streets. The neon glow of advertisements and the distant hum of drones were a stark contrast to the darkness they had just emerged from. Their thoughts turned to their next steps. They had exposed a conspiracy surrounding the Black Rose amulet, but the web of shadows extended further than they could have imagined. Cypher's connections in the Matrix might hold the key to unveiling the truth. With determination in their hearts, Blaze, Cypher, and Slash embarked on a new journey, one that would take them deeper into the world of Shadowrunning, where secrets, dangers, and opportunities awaited. As they walked away from the catacombs, they knew that their paths were not yet set in stone. The shadows cast by their choices would continue to shape their destinies, but they were ready to face whatever lay ahead. Subscribe for more Shadowrun stories, history, and lore.